morning, beloveds. The weather's about to change. It is dark and gloomy out there, and it is going to rain for the next 3 days. Not today, apparently, but for the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is okay because I have nothing to do this weekend, thankfully. So, oh, and Happy Pi Day. It's a math joke. It's 3.14, which is the beginning of pi, which is a lot like love because it's an irrational number. So, there you go. It's an irrational number and infinite. It's irrational and infinite. That's why it's a lot like love. So, all right. It is March 14th. Our title is World Created by the Word of God, and our author is Elizabeth Sand Turner, and this is from What Unity Teaches from 1954. So, the world was created by the Word of God, from Hebrews 11:3. And surely our world is created by our words. When we learn to think the God thought and say words of truth and love, our world will become a happier and better one in which to live. Evil is the result of our disobedience to divine law. It does not exist as an entity in and of itself. The basis of our belief that disobedience gives rise to evil is to be found in the allegory of the fall of man. The Lord God told Adam that he might eat of every tree in the garden, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. Genesis 2:16-17. We all know why Adam disobeyed God. The arguments of Eve, the feeling nature, were too strong for him. Metaphysically interpreted, this signifies that everyone's human inclination is to yield to temptation. The command is, you shall worship the Lord your God, and God only shall you serve. Matthew 4:10. When Adam and Eve disregarded this, they were driven from the garden and thenceforth knew hardship and sorrow. Their fate has been shared by humanity throughout the ages. All right. Okay. I did say that's what Unity teaches. I've heard a lot of different interpretations on the Garden of Eden. And honestly, women take a lot of crap for the Garden of Eden nonsense, okay? So I appreciate that when she put in there that Eve's arguments were too strong, the feeling nature. Because, yeah, women take a lot, it's, like, dude, it's not our fault. At which point I always want to look at him and go, well, Adam should have been stronger. If you're going to blame women, and because, if you look at society blames women for all kinds of things, including what men do. And I'm like, you know what? It's not our fault. So she did point out that it was not a woman, it was the feeling nature. I don't believe that human nature is inclined to temptation. I do not believe that. I do agree with her that evil is disobedience to the divine law. It is not an entity in and of itself. When we misuse our power, that is evil. When we, and that's why when we treat, we always want to make sure we're in alignment with the divine law. We want to make sure that, because they say that sin is self-inflicted nonsense. Same deal here with evil. There's no power. There's no power out there that is the same as God, but opposite. It's not. Evil is when we misuse our power. And I don't believe that human nature is inclined to temptation. Can they be tempted? Oh, yeah. But I don't think that as a general rule we're inclined to temptation. I think as a general rule we're good. Our base nature is loving and kind and compassionate. But we have been taught otherwise. We have had a whole bunch of other crap layered on top of us. So we don't always, which is why I say, don't beat yourself up for your first thought. Because frequently your first thought is who you've been taught to be. It's not who you actually are. Generally, your second thought is closer to who you are. But again, then it depends on who you've been taught to be. I talk to people on a regular basis, and I'm just like, wow, you really do. Because we're going to talk about words creating our world. And I listen to them and I'm like, wow, you just really do live in a very scary world, don't you? We live in the same world. But I don't find the world anywhere near as scary as they do. But I've listened to them and I'm like, you do live in a terrifying world. I don't want to live in the world that you live in, I want to believe at their base that people are good, Now, that does not mean I'm going to put my hands, I'm not foolish. Jesse was talking about boldness and practicality. I'm not foolish. I'm bold enough to believe that at the core, everyone is good. But I'm practical enough to understand that people have been through circumstances and that they may make what I would call interesting choices. And I am not going to put myself in the hands of somebody making interesting choices. Boldness and practicality. Yeah. So, you see what I'm saying here. So, that's how our words create our world, It's like if you go around believing that people are basically good, then your world is a lot less scary than if you believe that people are basically out to get you, So if I believe that people are basically good, then I'm not looking over my shoulder at every stranger that I encounter. I'm not looking at people that say that they're my friends and wondering what are they trying to get that I don't want to give them. You see what I'm saying? I don't wonder that. And yet I know people who look at every single person they encounter, whether they know them or not, going, well, what do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? And I'm just like, I'm not that person, And do I pay attention to other people's behavior? Absolutely. Am I going to give you the chance to behave badly in my presence twice? Probably not, So, but that makes my world a lot less scary. So, so I do pay attention. I also give people the benefit of the doubt. It's like, okay, you know what? That person's having a bad day. Am I going to tolerate their bad behavior? No. But it definitely tempers how I respond to their bad behavior. And that's the choice that I make. I respond to their bad behavior. I do not react to their bad behavior. At least I like to tell myself that I do. I'm human. Sometimes I react, but I do that inner work on a regular basis to make sure that as often as I can, I respond, not react. Okay? I like to take that pause. I like to take that deep breath. And I did disagree with her about temptation, but you know what? We are human. We make mistakes. And it is okay to be human and to make mistakes as long as we make amends. Okay? The best apology is changed behavior. It is not saying I'm sorry, it is doing better the next time. And that's what Maya Angelou says. We did the best we could until we knew better. And then we did better. Okay? So that's the important thing here. And I'm not even going to touch all the Bible quotes she used. Simply because Unity and Science of Mind has a slightly different idea of looking at the Bible. We think that one of the ways that Science of Mind tends to look at the Bible is when you read it, you are every character. See how that feels to you. So we definitely read it on a very metaphorical level. And then, I don't know what I was about to say. I was going to go back to what Reverend Norm says. Reverend Norm of beloved memory. When I took one of his classes, one of the things that he said is anytime somebody throws a Bible quote at you, go look the Bible quote up, read a few lines before, read a few lines after. When we take the Bible out of context, it can change the meaning. So if you want to know what the author's intent for the Bible quote was, go read it in context. So go look up any Bible quote that anybody throws at you. There's the irony of the people that like to quote the one of the laws of Deuteronomy about I believe it's about homosexuality. Well, if they would read a couple of lines further down, tattoos are not allowed, wearing material of two different fibers is not allowed, and there's a couple other things that are not allowed. It's like you don't get to pick and choose. It's like it's either all or nothing, right? No. So you have to take things in context. So and the irony is we're Christians, or, that and Jesus never said anything about homosexuality. Absolutely anything. So let it go. Let it go. I don't believe people, I do believe that people are at the base are good. I do believe that love is love. I do believe that the world is an amazing place. And I'm going to use my words to continue to create that good place, that amazing world, and I'm going to respond. So, rather than react. All right. And that would be the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to examine the words that we are using to create our world. It is very important to understand that the words that we use do create a world. And if you are not happy with the world that you're living in, examine your vocabulary and maybe change a few words out. So, when we go into treatment, the idea is to go into treatment, to go to the place where nothing has ever been wrong. And it exists. So, and then bring that energy back into the material world. And that's why we work on a world that works for everybody. All right, beloveds. There we are. That's the mission today. I also encourage you, as I always do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate, be it one thing, be it three things, be it all the things. In the end, the goal is all of the things. I do encourage you to eat dessert first occasionally, see how that feels for you. It also means don't save the good stuff, okay? I want to remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the Running Rev Riot on the social medias that I am on. I do encourage you to look into the social medias, and we try and post uplifting, light, bright, and helpful stuff. I do encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube channels. I think Reverend David has one too, but I don't know what his is. You should find out. Because when you subscribe, then it lets you know when we upload new videos. And then like, follow, and share. That helps bump us on the algorithms. All right. And then if you want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That gets you on the constant contact. That way you'll know what's going on when I don't, because it happens occasionally that I don't know what's going on. I do try and read the emails though, so I try and keep up. Okay. And I think I'm at the part where I can encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a get ready for the weather day, a wrapping up your week day, a enjoy the clouds day, enjoy the warm weather, or look forward to the cooler weather. That's me. That's me looking forward to the cooler weather. A good day, and if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, all right? You are enough, just as you are. You're a beloved expression of the divine. You're a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling, all right? Explore the truth of your being. Let go of everything that anybody has told you that you are, and get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because as I have said already today, the person that the divine knows you to be is good. And from there, anything is possible. Okay? So get to know that person. All right, beloveds. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.